So why modern women are not submissive? Sharp Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So this is a question that I got from a long time subscriber. He's been following me since I had 200 subscribers on YouTube. P.S. and by the way, check out the Love Can't Wait podcast if you follow me on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share this episode with somebody that you think that would see it of value. So, I talked about this years ago, months ago, or why a lot of women are not submissive. And I also say that if she's not submissive, she ain't your woman. She's somebody else's woman. She's the pastor woman, the boss at work. But if she come home, she's laid up with you every night, hopefully, if you're not on the couch, if she ain't submissive to you, she ain't your woman. And that rubbed a lot of guys the wrong way when I said that. But that's the truth. That's just how it is. And see, the reason why a lot of modern women aren't submissive today is because a lot of it has to do with the mainstream media. What they see on the television, the magazine, the radio, the job. And her mom has a lot to do with it too. Because her mom wasn't the best role model growing up that she had. And we model who our parents are. We don't do what they say. We see what they're doing. And we do what they do. And see, a lot of people's parents, the mother, they're untouchable. They can do no wrong. And there's a lot of women in their 30s and 40s, even 50s, if their parents are still alive, they look up to their mom. They think their mom know what's best for them. And the mom don't even know what's best for her. And there's this, misconception, or probably just straight up lie, that somehow single mothers are messing these women up out here. No, there's some women that's married. When I was growing up, most women were married that had kids. And they've screwed up them daughters too. So it ain't just the single mothers out here that screwed these women up. It's women that's married that screwed them up. And the dad, he was right there letting it happen because he was sprung. And he wanted to go along and get along. And he just wanted to listen to the woman. That was his attitude. And that, that trickled down, that mindset trickled down to the kids, and now the kids is all fucked up. And a lot of times, depending on where you live, it might be a lot of feminism within society, where a lot of women believe that they should wear the pants in a relationship. They should tell the man what to do. They should have more say-so than the guy. And a lot of this depends on the money she makes. And see, that job is her livelihood for most women. That job will make or break her. So see, a lot of women have this mindset that if I have a better job than the guy, I should be able to tell him what to do. A lot of women have this. It doesn't make It doesn't really make logical sense. It has nothing to do with logic. It's not scientific. It don't have nothing to do with no family. It's just pure ego. A lot of women will say, and you run into this at your job. There's a woman at your job that's with either the same position or very similar position, and she ain't your supervisor. And she'll, every once in a while, she'll walk in there and say something like, hey, you need to do this and do that. And you might look at her like, what? Who are you supposed to be? And you probably wave off or like, whatever. You know, I wave off, you know, that's how I do. Or I just look at her and say, oh, okay, whatever. So she can leave. And see, women are like that in their household as well. If y'all neck and neck are making the same amount of money or very, same job position or whatever, a lot of women feel like they don't have to listen to you. It's like, it's a weird dynamic that happens, between men and women today. And check this out. That same woman can lose her job tomorrow and her whole mindset will change. She'll start listening to the guy then. Because the job is gone. The people are gone. So, in her mind, you're doing better than I am now because I don't have a job. Now, think about how idiotic that sounds. Think about how crazy that sounds from most guys' perspective. Because most guys are not like that. The job is not really predicated upon how we act or who we are. For most guys. The job is it's great. The money take care of us. We pay the bills, take care of our family. But we ain't gonna really do a 180 like that. Just because we got a job promotion. Most guys don't really get down like that. But a lot of women do. Unfortunately. They got that feminist mindset that everything's supposed to be equal. That, anything a man can do, a woman should be able to do. So women today, not all, but a lot, they want things to be equal, and they want special treatment as well. This is crazy, man. So that's a problem too. And another thing I would say is sometimes, man, you gotta boss up, and a lot of guys don't like this. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss sometimes, meaning that you have to represent. You have to be that dude. You have to be the guy that damn near force her to submit, based on your track record. What you've done, what you stand for, and who you are. Now, a lot of guys in this American society are not going to be able to pull that off because they make it very, very difficult to do that, to be that type of dude. This is why a lot of guys will travel and go elsewhere and have a totally different experience. And they'll say stuff like, well, damn, I don't gotta do all that shit that I have to do in America or any westernized country that I can do over here in another country. All I gotta do is just be me. Things are just simple. Because it is simpler because it's a different environment. And you're like a new face going in a different environment. You're coming from a different place and you're going in a new place, and maybe they don't meet people like you every day, which 9 times out of 10 they don't. So you have an advantage from that standpoint. You're different coming from the outside in. Plus, those women in that other country are socialized very differently versus being over here in the United States of America. So you have to understand the dynamics. However, if you take that same woman and I don't care what country she's in, and you bring her over here on American soil, she'll slowly but surely make the transformation of being brainwashed. It has to happen. Now, to what extent, I don't know. But she will become Americanized. Because it has to happen. That's how it is over here. There's nothing you can do about it. The only way we can change that is if we can control the media, the narrative. That's the only way. But until that happens, there's nothing we can do about it. She's going to be brainwashed if you bring her on American soil. But sometimes you gotta pay the cost to be the boss. This is why a lot of business people, entrepreneurs, entertainers, this is why a lot of women submit to those guys. Because they see them of higher value. This is why women are willing to share those guys. Because they see them of higher value, higher status. Now, a guy that's working a 9 to 5, he ain't gonna be able to pull that off. He ain't gonna be able to have no threesome and get a woman to do all this craziness. Because he ain't got it like that. There's different levels to this thing. This is why when guys say, you don't gotta have no game if you in another country, that's craziness. You gotta have game regardless. But it's different levels. That's all I'm saying. Now, of course, if you go to Brazil, Colombia, of course, you're not gonna. You're not. There's a lot of things you don't have to worry about in other places. Oh, I know. I understand that. But to say that you don't have to have no game, that's crazy. There's some places that you go to, even if you go there to visit, if you have no game, you're going to get taken advantage of. That's how it is. And P.S. by the way, game, people have prostituted the word game. Game is just strategy. Game is just a way of getting things done. Game ain't got nothing to do with no pickup. Game ain't got nothing to do with scamming people or taking advantage of people. Game is a way of getting things done. Game is strategy. That's all it is. That's all game is. People have taken the word game and twisted it and turning it, and now it's something brand new. Now the word game have taken on a whole different meaning. No, that's, I don't know what. This is why if you ask somebody, hey, if you got game, you got to ask them what game means to them. Because what games mean to me and what games mean to them is entirely something different. So regardless of where you go, you have to have game. But there's different levels. Just like there's different levels of status, value, there's different levels when it comes to everything. There's different levels of feminism. Some women might see things this way, some women might see things that way. It's like some women that say they're so-called quote feminists, they're married. Most of these women are married. Most of these women are not single. They talk that big talk, but they have husbands at home. And meanwhile, these other groups of women are being played. They have no husband at home. So you just gotta be you got to be careful. Don't be a sucker out here. Don't let these women use you to think one thing and they're doing something else. That's why I always tell women, 'cause these women, they going back home to their husbands and you going back home to an empty house with kids or the dog, So women are conditioned to be the way they are in the United States of America. A lot of this has to do with the media. A lot of it has to do with her mom. A lot of it has to do with the guys. A lot of guys not bossing up. A lot of guys not taking charge. A lot of guys are not being leaders. The guys have to push back. Guys should not buy into what women are saying. A lot of stuff women talk about, I pay it no mind. Because I understand that women can't stop me from doing anything. So why am I going to sit there and listen to what they're saying? Of course they're going to disagree with most of the stuff I say and my beliefs and my philosophy. I expect them to disagree because they're a woman. Women have feelings. They get emotional. But this is how I see it. At the end of the day, either she's in or she's out. And that's it. We can sit here and argue all day long, but either she's in or she's out. My life, my game, my show. Like, subscribe if your first time being here, or share this with your friends or anybody that you deem that would like this episode. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.